Because we have a special guest in town for the big conference that's happening in ABJ, Jason Frazer from Fox Weather.
Good to see you, Wes.
Good to see you.
And good to see you as well.
Yes.
You know, I'm excited to be here. And can I just tell y'all can eat down here, man. Y'all got some good food down here. You know, I was trying to work on my, you know, my little summer body, and everybody keeps saying, man, are you hungry? You look hungry. Yeah, you look hungry. You good? Okay.
Hey, we can give you the barbecue tour around Birmingham. I'd love to volunteer to do that, right?
Fried chicken too.
Woo! Yeah. Okay, all right. Let me do this. Let me finish losing the 30 or 40 pounds, okay, and then I can come back. Okay, all right. Then I can come back.
Stuff you back up.
Well, Brandon, or Jason, listen to me. I was thinking Brandon Frazer.
That's okay. That's all right.
But Jason, it's so awesome having you here, and you actually at the conference in town. I've heard that you were a part of a big panel talking a little bit about the weather happenings, along with the National Weather Service also participating. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so I am the Weather and Climate Task Force Chair of the National Association of Black Journalists. So one of the things that we like to do is we like to bring weather programming to help enlighten not only fellow journalists, but also anchors, reporters, etc. And one of the things that we have been also trying to do is to leverage our partners over the National Weather Service, not only with programming, but also saying how else can we better relate what's happening in our communities. And so Ken Graham, who is a good friend, he said, absolutely, I will come by, I will do a severe weather panel with you. So we talked a lot about what severe weather is and some of the new technology that's going to be debuting over the next couple of years. I'm excited because they were talking about the upgrade to their communication system that, you know, I know a number of us use weather chat, you know, whenever we want to communicate with the National Weather Service, but that's being upgraded to Slack. Think of AOL, AIM, you remember the old school one? Yeah, that is what's basically going to be coming for everybody, for all the weathercasters, as well as the emergency managers to interact and let us know about all of the dangers in our community.
Very awesome. And so, Jason, you're in New York at Fox Weather.
Yes.
Tell us about that experience and transitioning from living down south, all your experience from meteorology, and now being in New York City and doing a wide range of forecasts or forecasting for the nation. What is that like?
Yeah, so since I've been 5 years old, I wanted to become a meteorologist.
I've heard that story before, right?
Yeah, I know. But you know, it's interesting because, you know, Wes, you know, life has a funny way of making sure that you kind of meander. You know, I always tell people, I'm like, you know, success, you know, kind of looks like this, right? You know, periodically we think that success looks like this, and it doesn't. So,
I wrote a song, by the way, called "No Straight Lines." It's on Spotify. You'll have to check it out.
Okay, all right. That's right. You do a little. I was reading about that.
Hey, that's what it's all about. The ups and downs. You know, you take the. But go ahead.
Yeah. So with Fox Weather, the cool part about this opportunity was 2 years ago we looked at the entire marketplace and we figured out, hey, wait a minute, there's not a lot of national weather companies that are really focusing on central parts of the United States, like Alabama, like Mississippi, the Southeast, etc. And so, you know, our partners over at Fox News said, hey, wait a minute, there's a huge opportunity to do this. And luckily it came up at a time when, you know, I was looking to come back to New York, which is my hometown. So, but to your point, yes, I worked in Savannah, Georgia, worked in Cleveland, Ohio. So, you know, I'm very familiar with the Southeast.
Yeah, so you get the experience here in Dixie Alley, as they call it.
Yes.
Or maybe this may be Tornado Alley one day, right? You see the research.
Well, you know, all I can say is you guys know how to do severe weather, okay? You know, and I think that there's a reason why you have the largest weather team in the Southeast, right? And I'm not promoting, I'm just saying that, you know, they have the largest. I was looking at the promos and I was like, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wow, okay. It's like, wow, okay, all right. You guys love your weather down here, okay? That's a good thing.
And we have frequent weather, but you know, that's what it takes when you have as much, whether it's hurricane season, tornado season, even sometimes, you know, we have our fair share of winter weather here across Alabama as well. But I got to tell you, Jason, I heard you were coming today, so I decided to get a haircut today.
Okay.
I wanna
it looks good, Wes. I didn't notice, but it looks good.
Well, I'm sitting there, I'm getting my hair cut, and I'm not going to name a name. It wasn't the person cutting my hair, but I heard someone say, I haven't checked the weather forecast, so I didn't check the weather forecast. And I can't tell you how many times I will talk to someone and say, you know, there's a threat of severe weather tomorrow. Well, I didn't realize that. And going throughout the community, I think today in today's society, we have all these different avenues, whether it's streaming, whether it's the YouTubes, the TikToks, and everything, so much that grabs our attention. You know, when I grew up, you sat down, you flipped on the TV, you watched the local news at supper time, right? And I think it's important from an entire weather enterprise standpoint that we do get back to, you know, at least checking the weather, being weather aware. I mean, what would you add to that?
Sure. I mean, and I think this is the all-important reason why you need to have multiple ways of getting severe weather alerts, right? I tell people all the time, it's just not important to have one app. You need to have multiple apps because depending on where you are, you know, sometimes one app may malfunction, sometimes because of the cell service, one app may not, you know, work here. So obviously we want you to download, you know, the WBRC app, right? Okay.
Yeah, right.
We also want you to also download the Fox Weather app because, you know, sometimes what will happen is you'll travel outside of your area, right? Sure. And you may not realize that as you're traveling into that area that, oh, wait, there's a severe thunderstorm warning. You know, a lot of people, even at the conference, you know, that I'm at right now, did not realize that we were under a severe thunderstorm watch yesterday as that line was moving through there. Yeah. And they looked outside and they were like, wait, why are there trees moving back and forth? You know, and I was like, well, that's because we have a nice little line that's going to be moving through. I mean, we saw some of those wind gusts yesterday, you know, so of course, as a meteorologist, I'm looking up, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go.
Good luck trying to get you to pay attention, right? Yeah.
But thankfully, nobody was hurt. So, I mean, that's of course a good thing. And then, of course, you know, we saw what happened earlier today, north and east of the city, you know, with all of the flooding here. So, you know, this is why, you know, we often say, you know, stay weather aware, know, you know, what's happening in your community because literally, you know, with Mother Nature, it can be, you know, a 5-minute drive down the road and then, you know, hey, that could be the difference between you seeing sunshine and you potentially, you know, seeing some flooding here. The other thing I'll say, and the last thing I'll say is, you know, these weather events, I mean, they're happening more and more here. And, you know, I'm not going to delve into why they're happening here, but what I can say is because they're becoming more severe, more intense, what's unfortunately going to be happening is everybody is impacted by weather here. It doesn't matter where you come from, so you need to always make sure that you stay weather aware.
Yes, great information. And Tania, I got to give you a big shout out too for helping arrange all this.
Yeah,
so,
of course. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Look, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Listen, you're not going to have me back anytime.
Okay.
My only requirement is we need to make sure to have some of this barbecue y'all been telling me.
There we go.
Well,
that is my
fried
only
chicken too.
requirement.
Hey, I believe we can overnight some back to New York, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen,
we'll
you can
figure
do
it
that.
out.
Yeah.
I will make sure to send back some sunshine, okay? I mean, listen. I mean,
I want a little bit more snow this Christmas too.
Be careful, my friend, what you wish for, okay? Because, you know, I will say this. New York City is built, okay?
Just a little, though.
Okay, what's a little? What do you want, like a half of inch?
Just for me to wake up outside and see the grass white.
Don't say dusting. The last time we said dusting, this place was iced over.
I was
okay?
going to say that.
We don't want ice.
New York City is built to handle, you know, the snow here. You know, I know other places like Alabama, I mean, I hate to say it, you don't have the infrastructure here. So I always become really concerned whenever, you know, and it usually will happen in January where, you know, you get that strong cold front that pushes through there and you're like, wait, we might be able to push out maybe a half of inch of snow here. So careful what you wish for, my friend.
Yeah, we call it the bread and milk alert meter here around Birmingham, you know, when that snow word pops up.
Because everybody goes to Walmart.
Everything's gone.
Everything's gone, right? Yeah.
Well, listen, so awesome having you here, joining us on First Alert
Thank
Weather
you.
Extra,
Thank you.
and hopefully we can have you back sometime.
Absolutely,
But coming up, I believe, Tania, over the weekend, you know, these scattered storms, it looks like you're going to be tracking this over the weekend. It looks as though we're going to catch a few breaks out there tomorrow, I think a little bit hotter.
Yes, in the morning, in the evening, we've got a couple of rounds of those scattered showers and storms in the forecast, so we definitely want you to check in tomorrow morning with First Alert meteorologist Fred Hunter. And also with me in the evening. There's no forecast though, there's no newscast tomorrow and Sunday night because of soccer. But we will be streaming it, so be sure to check in on our streaming platforms, the Roku app, wherever you can find us, download it and check in with us to get that forecast update.
Yeah, good reminder there, Tania. I know we've got the World Cup that's happening, of course, the streaming platforms. We're always streaming on our First Alert weather app, so you can check that out. But we'll be back tonight with updates starting at 9 o'clock. Be sure to join us for First at 9 on WBRC Fox 6 News. Have a wonderful weekend.